Perhaps the most hotly anticipated spin-off in the history of the zombie franchise, The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live aim to wrap up Rick and Michael's epic love story, but will there be a Season 2? Debuting in February 2024, the series is set after the events of The Walking Dead and follows Rick and Michael as they attempt to reunite while a militant organization begins to assert its dominance over the post-apocalyptic world. Though far from the only TWD spin-off, The Ones Who Live upped the ante like no other. Originally devised as a feature film, The Ones Who Live was eventually stretched into a miniseries, which keeps it in line with all the other Walking Dead spin-offs that AMC has produced in recent years. However, since Rick had been absent from the series for so long, there was a lot of excitement for Andrew Lincoln's return to the role that anchored the franchise for years, and there was instantly more gravitas for The Ones Who Live. Though it is intended to only last for one season, there's a big possibility that The Ones Who Live could return for Season 2 even though a year has passed without any news regarding the series. The latest update is a glimmer of hope for The Ones Who Live Season 2. Showrunner Scott M. Gimple spoke candidly about the future of Rick and Michael in the Walking Dead franchise, and he didn't entirely rule out the chance of a Season 2 for The Ones Who Live. Though he reiterated that the plan was to keep it limited, he did note that it was not necessarily never to see those characters again. However, when it came to an actual second season, Gimple simply said, "You never know." The Ones Who Live Season 2 is not confirmed. AMC intends for The Ones Who Live to be a miniseries. CRM consignees including Rick march with axes in The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. Because The Ones Who Live promised to be an epic conclusion to Rick and Michael's storyline, it has always been intended to be a one-season series. However, as the lengthy production of the show itself proved, plans can always change should the need arise. The Walking Dead is an immensely popular franchise, and AMC would likely attempt to continue its success if fan demand is high enough for The Ones Who Live Season 2. Showrunner Scott Gimple spoke rather candidly about the possibility of The Ones Who Live Season 2, and his statement suggests that anything is on the table. Gimple cryptically said, "Anything is possible. Even if Rick dies in the last episode, anything is possible." Fans have long suspected that something big would happen at the end of the miniseries, but Gimple might have revealed that AMC has a backup plan if fans want more. While nothing so dramatic happened, it's clear that AMC wants to hedge their bets. The Ones Who Live Season 2 cast. Who will return if the series is renewed? The cast of The Ones Who Live is anchored by Andrew Lincoln as Rick Grimes and Danai Gurira as Michael, and they will both likely be involved in a second season if it is to be renewed. Anyone else in the cast of The Ones Who Live Season 1 is considerably more expendable, and they are not nearly as crucial as the title pair. The only other cast member who might stick around is Pollyanna McIntosh as Jadis Stokes, since she has appeared in The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, and another spin-off, World Beyond, The Ones Who Live Season 2 story. What could happen in Season 2? A collage of Danai Gurira as Michael Hawthorne and Andrew Lincoln as Rick Grimes in The Walking Dead custom image by Yaelin Chacon. At this juncture, it is difficult to nail down exactly what might happen if The Ones Who Live is renewed for another season because Season 1's ending was somewhat conclusive. While it hardly ruled out the opportunity for the story to continue, it was an emotionally satisfying ending to the beloved characters and their long journey. However, with zombies still a threat, as well as various human factions, The Walking Dead doesn't ever actually have to end. One option is that the second season could use flashbacks that fill in the gaps of what happened to Rick between The Walking Dead and The Ones Who Live. On the other hand, Rick and Michael could find their newfound tranquility threatened by some new force, spurring them back into action once again. As the title suggests, The Ones Who Live will always be about Rick and Michael's fight to survive.